This is Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. Now from the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, here's your host, Eric Wilson.
Welcome to another edition of Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. We are here again thanks to our friends at Collins Aerospace, center stage at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford. Oh, we've got a great matchup for you. A couple of teams here who could put up some serious points, and they are ready to go. We've been having some fun before the game started here. First, how about a nice round of applause for the Stillman Valley Cardinals? Cardinals have been here since day one. They've had back-to-back Elite Eight appearances. Ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw last year. You probably remember that, losing to the eventual champs, Belvedere North, in the first round. That's got to be a little bit of a consolation that it was the eventual champs who knocked you out. Probably still is stuck in your mind a little bit and you want a different outcome. Luna is the captain. Introduce us to your starting lineup, Luna.
Hi, I'm Luna. To my near left is Landon, and to my near right is Aiden, and to my far right is Gavin.
Welcome to the Stillman Valley Cardinals, playing against the Marengo Indians with their game faces on. Look at Omar's face. He's ready to go. Speaking of Elite Eight, Indians made it to that round last season before falling to Auburn. So again, not too shabby. Hopefully you will make it that far again, maybe farther. Right, Omar?
Hopefully. You
are the captain. Introduce us to your starting lineup.
All right, I'm Omar. To my near left is Leo. To my near right is Patrick. And to my far right is Zitlali.
Welcome to the Marengo Indians and the Stillman Valley Cardinals. Also, fun fact, and this has been kind of a theme our first round so far, these two teams have never met in the history of our tournament as many times as they have played. So this is a first-time matchup. We are ready to go. Our contestants are ready to go. Hope you are if you're playing along at home. Our buzz-in round is like we call it a buzz-in round for a reason. If you know the answer, hit your buzzer. You're on your own if you buzz in, no conferring. Two most important rules. Wait for me to call your name before you answer, and say that answer loudly and clearly. Hands on your buzzers. Good luck, contestants. Here's our first question. What scientist proposed that atolls form on sinking islands and recorded the beak shapes of Galapagos finches while voyaging on the HMS? Omar.
Darwin.
Yes, the HMS Beagle, probably better known for his evolution theory. You got all those other clues, and you are first on the board. What baseball player for the Yankees gave a 1939 farewell speech? Patrick.
Lou Gehrig.
That's right, in which he called himself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. One of the most famous speeches in sports history. What Mediatonic video game features rounds like Gate Crash, Roll On, and Hexagon, and depicts characters known as Beans? Leo.
Fall Guys.
That's right, trying to avoid plummeting. Kudos for knowing that answer. 3 in a row for Marengo. In which body of water are Ellesmere Island, Victoria Island, and Baffin Island, which belong to Canada? Our first no answer of the game, that body of water is the Arctic Ocean. What Roman emperor who ruled alongside Lucius Verus was the last of the 5 good emperors and wrote a Stoic text called the Meditations? Omar.
Caesar.
Incorrect. Stillman Valley, you can take these points and get on the board. Marcus Aurelius. In 1938, a member of what bony fish of genus Latmeria, believed extinct for over 60 million years, was caught off the coast of South Africa? That's another tough question. We went out with 3 straight answers to 3 straight non-answers. That's a coelacanth. What quantity, which is equal to phase velocity divided by frequency, is denoted lambda and gives the distance between 2 crests of a wave? Aiden.
The wavelength.
You got it. And those are your first points of the game. Nice job, Stillman. The painting Belshazzar's Feast is by what Dutch artist who painted The Night Watch? Landon.
Van Gogh.
Incorrect. Marengo, you have a chance for these points. Rembrandt. What country, the base of terrorist group Al-Shabaab, funds campaigns in its region of Puntland to combat piracy off the Horn of Africa? Omar.
Somalia.
That is right. Those are Marengo's points. Gunter Guillaume served as an aide to Willy Brandt while working as an agent of what country's secret police? The Stasi. Omar.
East Germany.
East Germany. You got it right before the buzzer. What explorer who is celebrated in the Lusíads followed Bartolomé Diaz's route around the Cape of Good Hope as the first European to sail to India? Landon.
Christopher Columbus.
Incorrect. Marengo, you could add to your score with this. Go ahead, Leo.
Magellan.
Incorrect. Vasco da Gama sailed for Portugal. What letter, sometimes preceded by an E for enhanced, is paired with numbers ranging from 0 to 5 in a widely used scale of tornado intensity? Leo. It is F. That is right. Also, EF, with the enhanced version of it, it's from the Fujita scale, or enhanced Fujita scale. Candace King would be very proud of you. Nice work. What poet, whose namesake suppers are celebrated with a reading of his address to a haggis, wrote Tam O'Shanter and is a beloved icon of Scotland? Leo.
O'Connor.
Incorrect. Stillman Valley. Probably Scotland's most famous poet. They actually have a club in Rockford that is named after him. That was Robert Burns. And that's how we end the round. Off to a pretty good start for both of our teams. Marengo's up to 60. Stillman Valley has 10. We've got 3 more rounds of this game to play. The next one's called Volleyball, and we'll have it for you in just a couple of minutes. Told you this was going to be a solid game, and we are off to a very good start. Marengo has 60 points. Stillman Valley has 10. In our volleyball, we have a coin flip to decide who's going first. It's a conferring round, contestants, so you can work as a team. In fact, we encourage you to work as a team, but the answer has to come from the captains. And because of the flip, Stillman Valley gets our first volleyball question. Luna, are you and the team ready?
Yes.
Here comes your first volleyball question. Betsy Ross's flag had to be updated in 1791 after the admission of what 14th state, the first to join the original 13 colonies?
Georgia.
Right before the buzzer, but that was the incorrect answer, Vermont. That was the 14th state. No points on that, and now we're over to Marengo. Leo, Omar, here's your first question of the round. What facility from which the Anglin brothers used a raft made of raincoats to escape in 1962 was a prison in San Francisco Bay, home to Al Capone?
Alcatraz.
Yeah, it seemed like everybody, I could see out of the corner of my eye, everybody answered that one or contributed at least to that answer very quickly. And you are first on the board in this round. Back over to Stillman. What Greek hero saved his crew of sailors from the Lotus Eaters and had himself tied to a mast to resist the sirens?
Odysseus.
Yes, and that's another one where out of the corner of my eye, I saw everybody jumping in to give an answer. Nice, and those are your first points this round. Back to Marengo. What metallic element found in pyrite, hematite, and ferrocene is a major component of Earth's core along with nickel and has the atomic symbol Fe?
Iron.
That's right. The Latin name is ferrum. That's where the Fe comes from. 10 more. Back to Stillman. What American author wrote poems known by their first lines, such as, I taste a liquor never brewed, and success is counted sweetest? Also, I heard a fly buzz, and because I could not stop for death, that was Emily Dickinson. Back to Marengo. What character who is assisted by Wagner and seduces Gretchen in a play by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe is a scholar who makes a deal with the devil? That was Faust, Heinrich Faust. Back to Stillman. What country's communist government was opposed by Lech Walesa and the Solidarity Movement, which led strikes in the 1980s in cities like Gdansk?
Russia.
Close. Warsaw might have helped, right? Poland. In fact, Walesa eventually became the president of Poland. Back to Marengo. What river, whose source is on Mount Hermon, empties into the Dead Sea and borders a namesake Middle Eastern country whose capital is Amman?
Lebanon.
Very close. Jordan. That country was Jordan. We're going back over to Stillman now. What piece Premiered by David Tudor in August 1952, has the player sitting silently for the amount of time in the title and was written by John Cage.
60 minutes.
You're on the right track. 4 minutes, 33 seconds, or 4:33. If you'd seen that, would make a little bit more sense. And that's the end of the round. We're out of time. So a little bit of a change in the score here. Not a huge difference. Marengo's up to 80. Stillman Valley has 20 halfway through our game. Our NECA IBEW lightning round is next. It's the fastest round in the game. We'll have that for you in just a bit. But first, you get to play at home with the Bergstrom bonus question, and we'll be back with that answer.
In Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, the world's greatest detective is reimagined as a 19th century crime fighter tracking down this London serial killer.
Halfway through our game this week, and you know what that means, pizza and pasta from Lino's of Rockford. Lawson's excited about this. Do you see the excitement? He's nodding his head. He's ready to go. That's what's on the line here with our Bergstrom bonus question. If you're watching at home, you already saw the question. Our contestants have not. Hands on your buzzers, contestants. See if you can earn a pizza party for your team with the answer to this. In Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, the world's greatest detective is reimagined as a 19th century crime fighter tracking down this London serial killer. Leo.
Jack the Ripper.
You got it. That's right. Marengo. You win the pizza party. Yeah, from April 1888 to February 1891, Jack the Ripper was linked to numerous murders in London's Whitechapel district. Still to this day, no confirmation on who he was. Enjoy the party. Kind of a weird question to earn yourself a pizza party, but you got it. We'll be back with more questions worth points in our lightning round in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Oh, you missed it. This whole break, Lawson's been talking about how great it is to have this pizza party for his team. So Leo is now his hero. And we're going to move on now for questions that are worth points. Maybe not as cool to Lawson, but winning the game would be even sweeter, right? NECA IBEW lightning round is fast. We've got 3 categories to choose from. And because of the coin flip, Omar, you and Marengo get the first pick. These are your categories. 4-letter names, M people, and signs of the zodiac.
We're going to go with 4-letter names.
All right. Maybe you should call this category 4-letter words. That might have been a little bit more exciting. Who knows? Give these 4-letter names and titles. Simple enough. Only 4-letter answers will be accepted. So make sure your answer fits that. Obviously, it's got to be correct as well. You'll have 60 seconds to go through the category. Advice to both teams, you can pass. Don't let that clock get you. We'll go back to anything that you passed on if we've got time left. And again, this is a conferring round, but the answers have to come from the captains. Marengo will get 60, and then Luna, you and the team will have 30 seconds to get to whatever they don't get to. You ready to go, Omar?
Yes, sir.
Here is your first 4-letter names. Give these 4-letter names and titles. Nickname of Utah's NBA team.
Jazz.
Correct. Athletic apparel company co-founded by Phil Knight.
Nike.
Correct. Groundbreaking 1993 first-person shooter partly set on the moons of Mars.
Pass.
Former One Direction member who released Pillow Talk as a solo artist.
Pass.
Brazilian who was FIFA's World Player of the Century.
Pele.
Correct. University whose sports teams are the Blue Devils.
Duke.
Correct. 2017 animated movie inspired by the Mexican holiday Day of the Dead.
Coco.
Correct. Water-type Pokemon that evolves into Dugong.
Seal.
Correct. ABC sitcom that starred Judd Hirsch and Danny DeVito.
Taxi.
Correct. Musician who released the 1993 single Loser.
Beck.
That's correct. Groundbreaking 1993 first-person shooter partly set on the moons, and that is the buzzer. Only 2 that you passed on that we didn't fully get an answer for. You added 80 to your score. You're up to 160. Nice job. Luna, there's 2 left. You've got 30 seconds. Take all the time you need, but could also be some important 20 points added to your score if you get these right. The clock will start when I read this first one. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Give these 4-letter names and titles. Groundbreaking 1993 first-person shooter partly set on the moons of Mars.
Doom.
That's correct. Former One Direction member who released Pillow Talk as a solo artist.
Pass.
That's all you've got.
Oh, well then. Huh?
I don't know a name.
Sane? Zane?
Judge, can we take that? Yeah, we got it. That's right. Who was that down there on the end? Taylor? Nice job. No, you weren't even listening. Taylor was trying to tell you the whole time, and you got it. You got your 20 points. That's all you need, right? And we've cleared the category, so there's nothing for me to go back to. So now, Luna, you get next pick, and these are the two that are left. M people or signs of the zodiac?
Signs of the zodiac.
It's yours. Which sign of the zodiac? And you will complete that sentence. So I will finish that sentence for you. Your answer is going to be a sign of the zodiac. Simple as that. 60 seconds is on the clock. You ready for your first one?
Yes.
Which sign of the zodiac is the first and is represented by a ram?
Aries.
Correct. Depicted as a crab and shares its name with a medical condition?
Cancer.
Correct. Is represented by a maiden or virgin?
Virgo.
Correct. Starts in mid-February and is depicted as a fish?
Pisces.
Correct. Ends in May and is represented as a bull?
Pass.
Is based on the myth of Castor and Pollux?
Pass.
Is one of the two signs corresponding to October?
Scorpio.
Correct. Is also the name of 13 popes?
Pass.
Is the namesake of an age in a song from the musical Hair?
Pass.
Sign represented by a goat that follows Sagittarius?
Capricorn.
That's correct. Ends in May and is represented as a bull?
Pass again.
Is based on the myth of Castor and Pollux, and that's our buzzer. That's pretty solid. You got 60 points added to your score. 6 correct, 4 left on the board. Omar for you and the team, and you'll have 30 seconds for them. Seems like you've been doing some conferring, which is good strategy. While the other team is going, you've got 30 seconds. Are you ready for your first one?
Yes.
Which sign of the zodiac ends in May and is represented as a bull?
Taurus.
Correct. Is based on the myth of Castor and Pollux?
Gemini.
Correct. Is also the name of 13 popes?
Leo.
Correct. Is the namesake of an age in a song from the musical Hair?
Virgo.
Incorrect, and there's nothing to go back to. The only one you didn't get was Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. Now that song is, at least in your parents' head, that song is stuck in your parents' head now. Here's how we stand as we enter this final challenge round. Marengo has 190, Stillman has 100. Both of our teams are in triple digits. In our next round, each question is worth 20 points. So that's not that big of a gap, 90 points there. We'll see what happens after this break. One round left to play. After a very solid lightning round, here's our scores. Marengo has 190, Stillman Valley has 100. Truly a solid round. I just want to point out to you, we'd like to keep track of stats here. It is rare that in a lightning round between our two teams, we have 19 of 20 questions answered correctly, and that's what both teams did here. So give yourselves a round of applause. That's pretty impressive. No matter how this game ends up, that's something to be really proud of. So nice job. All right, now back to business. Grab your buzzers because that's how you answer in this final challenge. Each of these questions is worth 20 points, so this 90-point gap could change very, very quickly depending on how quick you are on the buzzer. Of course, you have to have right answers as well. So let's get into this final challenge. Good luck to both of our teams. A spot in our second round is on the line. Here we go. What magical realist author of Chronicle of a Death Foretold set several works in the town of Macondo? Lawson.
Monet.
Incorrect. Stillman Valley, you can take these points. Gavin.
Van Gogh.
Garcia. It's always worth throwing a name out there, right? Because it doesn't cost you any points. Not the right answer, though. Let's get a new question. What grain is found in the West African dish of jollof, the Spanish dish paella? Leo.
Rice.
Yes. And in risottos and pilafs. What New Zealander was nominated for Best Director for The Piano? Leo.
Taika Waititi.
Incorrect. I'll finish for Stillman Valley. And won for The Power of the Dog. Leo, you're on the right track. Of course, Taika Waititi, pretty solid New Zealand director. Elizabeth Jane Campion is that director we needed. The Astadhyayi by Panini is an ancient grammar text of what Indo-Aryan language of the Vedas and other Hindu Buddhist, and Jain liturgy? Leo.
Hindi?
Incorrect. Stillman Valley, do you have an answer? I hope me stumbling through those landmines of pronunciations didn't screw it up for you. Sanskrit. After a 1975 referendum, the mountainous kingdom of Sikkim abolished its monarchy and became a state of what country, home to nearby city Darjeeling? Leo.
India?
That's right. What 2005 novel in which Hans Huberman defies the Nazi regime is narrated by Death and centers on young Liesel Meminger, who steals literary works? Omar.
The Book Thief.
That's right. That's the stealing in title. You've got 20 more. You're up to 250. What paired organs produce epinephrine in the fight or flight response and sit on top of the kidneys? Lawson.
The adrenal gland.
That is right. What trial in which the Butler Act was defended by William Jennings Bryan and critiqued by Charles Darrow concerned a teacher who taught evolution? Evan.
Was it the monkey trial?
Can you be more specific? No answer? Can we clear that out? Marengo, do you have an answer? We needed Scopes as part of monkey trial. It was the Scopes monkey trial. Ambrose Burnside led the Army of the Potomac during what 1862 battle in Virginia in which Union forces suffered heavy losses on Marye's Heights? Omar.
Bull Run.
Incorrect. Stillman Valley. It was the Battle of Fredericksburg. And that's how we end the round. A couple of no correct answers there, but Marengo, you didn't need it. 270 points, pushing 300. That's a solid performance. Nice job. Congratulations. You earned a spot in our Sweet 16. Stillman Valley, this is the worst part of the game because we always have to say goodbye. Somebody has to lose the game, right? But you played a very solid game. And again, be proud of how you did in that lightning round because that was pretty great. Who are your seniors? You have any seniors?
Oh, it's me.
So Luna and Aiden? So, it's been a pleasure watching you play this game. I hope you had fun. Come back and visit us anytime. And that means Gavin and Evan will see you next season, right? That was sort of non-committal, but I'll take it. All right. And we hope to see you next week. A pretty good game. It's North versus South. North Boone taking on South Beloit. See you then.